family. Me and the baby are on our way to stretch our legs today, get some sun, soak up the sun, and just breathe and take in the beautiful day that we've been blessed with today. But I wanted to talk about also, so I'm probably going to be talking for a while, but about some things that I've seen, some positive things I've been guided to acknowledge and learn about. There's a little island. There's a little island family that is called, it's like in Madagascar, and it's called Mayotte. And unbelievable. But one bad thing about it is it's a French colony family. It's a French colony. So you know the French is taxing the heck out of people for utilizing the natural in their own land. And while all the while of stealing their resources and trying to prevent others from coming and doing the same. So you know, that's what it is, you know. What we don't understand is when we did rule the planet, a lot of us think that we didn't socialize with the other continents. We didn't. It's almost like, you know, I never hear people talk about the trade we did amongst each other and how, you know, we already had these things, so we didn't need to really try to progress. And in that way, our need was to progress spiritually. Our need wasn't to progress financially. And because spiritual was everything. Spiritual was everything. And now, if we can't see that now we live in a time when spiritual it's critical to our survival and importance, then we're lost. Then we're just lost because we're trying to progress physically and we're trying to totally void out our spirituality and put forth actuality, tangible, more of the tangible, and we're forgetting about being, existing. So on that note, we've allowed an artificial group of people to come in and totally wipe out from our minds and from our being, our existence, the need for our spirituality. But there is some groups like the Maad people, the Maadians on the Maad Island. Funny that it's called Maad, but that's a great, perfect name for that place because people they're surviving in another way that I don't see people in Africa taking full advantage of. I don't see people in America taking full advantage of. I don't see our European brothers and sisters taking full advantage of, because we're trying to have one foot in and one foot out and one foot on the other side, you know. We're trying to dibble and dabble. We're not trying to be whole. We're allowing people to distract us from ourselves and fully captivate our minds I would greatly suggest you take a look at that video on YouTube. It was just fabulous how it showed everything they did by hand. They took fruit from their trees, grew everything they grew, they got creative with it. They created perfumes, oils, smells, with vanilla. Vanilla was used for food as well. They just really used their resources to the fullest. And it's so hot on that island, because it's in the Indies River over in there, and Caucasians can't stand it too much, even though that you see maybe I've seen like 2 local pink people living over there, but there's a lot of pink people that go there, of course, because it's a French colony, but they just probably go for vacation there and for a short period of time. But it was just, I would highly recommend that video because it shows what we need to be at. Even though, they're not independent because they are a French colony, but they're still doing their ma'ats. That's the namesake of their continent, of that island, and they are actually doing ma'at, violence. They're actually being creative, doing their traditions. They threw out polygamy because young people realized that polygamy was very, very, very is not a good thing. So they believe in going by their feelings, because they used to do arranged marriages by financial, and they realized that that was not a good thing. It's all about wisdom. What do you learn from trying to go down that other road? Not saying that road is wrong, but what did you learn from going down that road? I know Americans that did polygamy, and they're not in it anymore. American man, he's not in it anymore. So we have to think, and they're not the traditional Muslims over there. They're probably more of the original Muslims, which was the Moors, which was Farrakhan, because they said they were untraditional Muslims. So they're not like the Arabs. So it was just a beautiful island, and the children there loved their island. They loved their island, and they said they're mostly youth heavy. They're mostly youth heavy. They are not. They don't have a large population of older people. They have a larger population of younger people, which is good. And they do everything by hand. It's not go to Sam's Club and have to self-check out from products that you don't know who handmade it or who put poison in it or what they did to your food. This is all homegrown yams. Yams are good. I love yams. My husband gets yams from the African store, and we fry them up like French fries. They're delicious. Really delicious. And stuff like that. And they got this fruit bread. They literally call it fruit bread, and you can make flour with it. And it's just, it's a very inspirational video, I think, for youth of today who can't find their way. And you kind of got to guide them through, because these people are sitting up here creating things. There was one guy, he makes masks. We have to get to the point where we're making things with our hands. That's very, very important. friend of mine who has a son, and he does not know what he wants to do with his life. He's just at home with his dad right now. He moved from the mom, child support ended. Moved right in with dad after high school. So I have to figure out a way to help him reach him at his level where he's at. Because he might be conscious, just like coming into his consciousness, and it may be where something deep within him is telling him he does not want to do these things, and you have to be understanding to that, because it's not, we're moving away from this traditional American way that has done nothing for us but put us under the foot of enemies. On the physical plane. So without our spirituality, that's where we've been. That's where we've been standing, under the foot of enemies, because we have neglected our spirituality. We really have neglected our spirituality. And it's highly, highly important to be guided to where we need to go, what we need to be doing, and then all that comes from spirituality. It doesn't come from anywhere, because if we get it from outside ourselves, when I was getting it from outside myself, I was confused. I found myself in a situation where I was being abused, and it was doing something that was a waste of my energy and a waste of my spirituality, my soul space, my being, my existence. Because I was being guided, and my existence was being dictated to me, and I was allowing it to be dictated from outside of me, not from inside of me, not within me, where it really counts. Where it really counts. So it is so it's very critical for me to be able to reach this young man where he's at and find out where he's at. So I sent the video to his parent so that he can show the child the video, and hopefully, maybe the child might decide, hey, I want to go over there or something and learn something from these people, or engulf yourself, because it's unlimited what we can do. We just don't do it. We just don't do it. We don't go and try to build ourselves up spiritually in other ways. You know what I'm saying? Amongst our own. We see a lot of Caucasians they go do it in a quickness. They'll go to an island like that, and they'll engage themselves into the culture of our people. You don't have to pay money for a school. You can go and learn these skills from these people, from your people, and you don't really have to go far. We have people in America that still do things by hand, and still do various arts things and various creativity things. It's just about finding these things, and that will get us out of the imbalanced situation we're in and get us back to the balance. These people seem very balanced. The children, like I said about the children, they were on camera talking about they're happy about where they live, because it's beautiful island. It had, you know, the water, the ocean, and you know, it's just a healthy. It just seemed like a healthy place, you know. But the whole thing is, every place is a healthy place. Every place you live, any place on this planet, it's what you turn it into. It's what you do with what you're given, you know. Like I was gonna say, I fully, you know, the planet used to be a black planet. And like I was saying before, we did trade amongst the continents. When, you know, after we split apart, of course, there was trade. You know, France was taking over. You know, that's why they can't live without Africa. You know, we were getting everything. We had a balanced trade. But now that these people have taken over certain parts of the planet, they have been, because they're not indigenous, they have been taking full advantage. See, where they are fitted in now, imagine black people were fitted in before. The Moors knew we were going to fall. It's all a part of keeping up with the constellations and all that stuff. So they knew they had to do something. So these people are just like, I would say, just fill-ins for the turmoil, for the chaos that we're enduring. And it's all planetary. But a change is coming about. And we have to prepare ourselves to be in line for those changes of coming back around. So we need to be back to ourselves. So we need to go within for everything if we want to be able to survive on the physical level. We are at war, as I hear many, many times before, but it is a spiritual war. And if you can't see it yet, I don't know, because maybe you're looking for the physical war. The spiritual war is telling us that deception and lies that are telling us that we have to go here and there, we have to go a different place than where we're born. We are indigenous to Americas. Knowing that we're indigenous to Americas, we need to get back to what we were doing beforehand. And we know that it was ma'at. We were practicing ma'at, and ma'at has to be in practice. And like I said about the island of ma'at, they are fully practicing ma'at, you know. And it was very impressive to me, because it gave me an idea, you know, an example. It showed me. But the only thing is, family, the heads of states and the European, I hate saying European because Europe was a black beautiful queen. So, as you know, I know in my soul, tells me all the time, you have European, I have European ancestors, but not the pink people, not of the pink people, but of the originals. That's why I go so hard about European ancestry, being black. I may not go hard on YouTube, but that's part of mine. But mine is mostly here in America. But I know that down the line, that exists. That's why I like to talk about the Moors, but I don't talk about them in the negative sense. because the propaganda was alive and well then too as well. So it's a lot of confusion with them. But they were high priests from university in Africa. So certain things were given to them and they're learning, and they had to go out and complete a mission. And that's what they were doing. But you got to realize Italy and Spain were not Italy and Spain in those times. Italy and Spain was Africa. And these people were well known for conquering land and taking land over and fighting and barbarics. So not the Moors, but the people, the pink people, were known as barbarics and taking over land. And see, the worst thing we could have done was to try alchemy. Was the worst thing, because it didn't work. Not that it wasn't in the plan for it not to work. That's the plan, because the planet went through a time of being slowed down. So we were going to go through this imbalance state, and that was the course that was meant to happen. So now that we're trying to move into this balance state, we have to, as a people, have to move with it back into the balance state. We cannot follow death of the physical plane if we want to exist on the physical plane. So we have to move towards Ma'at, basically, plain and simple. Move towards balance. Move from trying to progress into robots, and it's just trying to make the indigenous artificial and make us take on artificial ways of being. You know, it just really does not. It really does not make any kind of sense. So it's time we stop listening to history, his story, and it's time we create my story. Because that's what we'll become. We'll become a mystery. We're already a mystery. So we need to become even more of a mystery by changing the course that we're headed towards. Because, you know, the only way to survive is to be self-sufficient and skilled. And when you're self-sufficient and you're skilled to grow your own food, build your own ideas, you don't need to be patented, copyrighted, or anything like that, because spirituality, you know that everything belongs to nature. We don't have this. It's not in us to take ownership of things when we know that we wouldn't have that without the divine high energy providing that on this planet. That is a different way of surviving. And we see now what we're looking at is not vital. It's not a very good, sufficient way of surviving. It's not a very good, sufficient way of survival. Because what it does is it's saying, I'm cutting off, it's the ego saying, I'm going to cut off everything from everybody else. And I'm going to make them have to pay for it. I'm going to make them have to pay for usage of this thing that I was blessed with. You see what I'm saying, family? That's where we're at now. And it's ridiculous because it makes us less dependent on nature and more dependent on man. And we know man can be, he can be totally outside of himself and outside of, the group. And these pink people, they totally outside their group and outside themselves. They're just, they're created here on this planet, and they have nothing but emptiness. Emptiness. A whole plethora of emptiness. Hot air. So we have to change ourselves and take ourselves off the course of allowing them to dictate to us our existence. We are greater people. We're more powerful people. We're a high energy voltage people. And I try to hit on the usage of our energy. And once you start having that, you start not even acknowledging or seeing that there exists around you. It's just unimportant. It's like an ant. It's unimportant. Because you have already contacted and become connected with your higher self, that you realizing that some of this stuff is just, it's not even worthy of your attention, So family, I'm going to enjoy my walk around with the baby. So until next time, true love, real peace, and the higher self within the soul. Peace and love, family. Till next time.